Hello, welcome back. If this is a time when you're coming back, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, my name is Risa, and some of this is plant content, some of it's other stuff, but today is a plant video. So if you haven't already subscribed, please, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really want to get to 100, which I'm kind of far away from, but still. So subscribe and like and let me know if you have big feelings about stuff. I have big feelings about stuff. I want to hear about your big feelings about stuff. Okay, so let me tell you a little story. For a really long time, I've been liking ficus elastica, and there's a bunch of different variegations of it, and the ruby and the teneki are like the ones that are more popular right now. The burgundy is the one that like everybody has. Like your mom had one, your grandma had one. You definitely had one when you were growing up. It's a houseplant, like the most common houseplant ever. But then like the ones that have like the variegation in the leaves are like way more popular now. It's not like it's a new plant that just came out. It just happens to be popular right now or whatever. There's another one that is mostly found in like Australia, India, and it is the ficus elastica shiverana, which is the plant that you are seeing to my right here. This sad, sweet girl. Anyway, she was my wish list plant forever. Like I was feeling so obsessed, and I was like posting in the rare plant groups on Facebook, and I was going on Etsy, and I was going on eBay, and I was just like looking everywhere for one. And the ones that are like in good condition and very happy looking are a dollar value that I am embarrassed to say out loud, so I'm just not gonna say it. If you really wanna know, go look. But it's like an expensive designer bag maybe or something like that, like a really like, okay. So, I mean, depending on how nice the plant is. But anyway, I found this one randomly one day because I just typed in ficus elastica and I was just searching, and instead of saying shiverana, which is the variegation that this is, it just said rare. And I was like, sweet, I like thought I got this big win. So anyway, I had it shipped and it came, I think from like Georgia or something like that. And it came really quickly, and when it came, it was in sphagnum moss. And I thought the root system looked kind of messed up, but I posted it on some Facebook groups and they were like, oh, the roots look good, just put it in humidity and whatever. Anyway, I did that for a while. I just kept getting nervous. Like it didn't look good. It was doing this thing where all the leaves were curling, which basically means it's like dry, which means it wasn't like uptaking the water, which also was like another reason why I thought that the root system was messed up. Anyway, but it did have like this growth point, and it felt like it was gonna unfurl. So I had it under grow lights, and I had it in water, and then I put it in dirt. And I think I just like messed with it too much because I was like really nervous because it was like the most expensive thing I ever bought, like plant anyway. I don't know if it was messed up to begin with. I don't know if I messed it up worse. Probably a combination of those two things. Here's a good reminder that no matter how many plants you have and how often you buy plants, propagate plants, repot plants, I don't know what, you're gonna kill something. You're gonna kill it, you're gonna mess it up. So for a while, I would say like at least a week or two, maybe 3 weeks, I've really been considering just chopping it up and seeing if I can propagate each one of the leaves into a node and make some other plants out of it. And hopefully at least one of the leaves will survive, and then I can root it maybe in leca or in something else. I've made other mistakes since I sort of realized I had some root rot too, where I decided to like prune away the roots and then put it in hydrogen peroxide to clean off all the cuttings. But then I had to like remove some of the leaves, and I lost like a couple of nodes that I probably could have tried to propagate. But it still has a fair amount of nodes, so I'm feeling like there might be some success in my future. So what you can tell right from the jump is that this is going to be a long haul kind of video situation. So let's get started without further ado. I've got my pruning shears. They're very sharp. They do need to be cleaned first though. So I've got rubbing alcohol. We are going to clean these babies off. I grabbed a bunch of these little cups that I'm going to use as my propagation station, And I did watch some videos already about other people who have had success doing different things with these. I have to say, like, overall, I feel the most confident doing propagation in water. Some people do it in sphagnum moss. I've got like some Scindapsus stuff rooting in sphagnum moss, but I think overall, like, water and just being chill and like leaving it the F alone is the move. So, I mean, like, we're just gonna have to see what happens. Anywho, oh my gosh, I'm such a bad plant mommy. Okay, so God bless her soul. All right, little Shivy. Is that her name? I'm not sure. But anyway, here we go. So when you propagate a ficus elastica, let's get a little closer. You want to cut between the nodes. So the inner node is between where each leaf is, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 leaves. So if I can get 10 nodes, inner nodes, then that's 10 chances for this thing to grow some roots, and hopefully after it grows roots, then adapt to soil after it's got roots too, because that's like a whole another rigmarole. So one of the things to think about that's actually kind of cool about ficus elastica, any of the variations, is it actually is, so these are really sharp, and we're just gonna go ahead and cut that off. The sap that comes out of them, you can see it sort of bleeding this like white sap. This is actually the stuff that what used to be made, or they used to use to make like anything that was rubber. They would have just like loads and loads and loads of rubber trees growing, and they would use the sap to make stuff. So it's kind of cool. It's not the way it's done anymore, but anyway, so it's gonna bleed for a little while, and we're just gonna cut, like I said, between the nodes. So like this is one, okay? So we've got this little girl here with a leaf. We're gonna let that dry, and then we're gonna put it in water. So let's just go ahead and cut the rest of these nodes. And you can tell the nodes are pretty close together. Maybe I'll make this one 2 leaves. Why not, right? Let's see what happens if we have any extra luck. A lot of plant stuff is really just about experimenting and seeing what works, and then having some failures in the meantime. But we're just gonna see what happens, and hopefully we will get something out of this experiment. You wanna know what? I have to say that even though I obsessed about it for a super, super, super long time, like, I don't feel as attached to it anymore, which is just a sign that when we are like craving things that are outside of ourselves, they don't actually fill any hole inside of us. And eventually that thing that was like so sparkly and amazing that we like needed to, you know, feel excited about, eventually will just become a plant that we chop up. Wah wah. Okay, all right, let's keep going. Can't believe I'm doing this right now based on how I felt about it like, I don't know, a month ago. It's kind of wild to me right now. And, okay, holy cannoli. So this one probably just is not gonna make anything. I mean, we can try. We'll put it in water anyway. So because I did this one with 2 leaves, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I brought out 4, 5, let's get some more glasses. Wait for it, 6, 7, you guessed it, 8. The next thing that we're gonna need is some water. Okay, so like I said, we've got 8 cuttings, 8 cups, some filtered water. It's not distilled water, but it is filtered. I am going to just put these in water and leave them to have their best life, and try to not mess with them that much. A south-facing window with a lot of light in a room that is like relatively warm is the best way to do this. And I did have a couple of leaves from when I butchered it earlier. I would have had 2 more nodes to mess with, but when I was in duress earlier, trying to figure out what to do with this thing, I did cut off the root rot and decided to put that whole plant that you saw earlier into that vase, and I needed to cut off a couple of the leaves on the bottom to do that, which I'm sort of regretting now, but you know, we live and we learn. Like I said, no matter how much planty kind of stuff you do, inevitably you're gonna kill something or make a decision that was like not your best decision ever. But I'm feeling kind of confident that at least, like, I don't know, some of these leaves are gonna do something.
God bless it. I'm just gonna bless it now. It's so funny when I say things like that because you guys, I'm not a religious person, so we should talk about that. And in fact, I don't know, is that taking the Lord's name in vain? We should probably stop. Alright, here goes nothing.
All right, well, here we are. My ficus, elastica, shiverana. This is what it's come to. I'm going to put them, I've got loads to work with. I'm gonna put them all in places where I hope that they're gonna get light. I'm gonna keep the water topped off to make sure that the root system stays wet, and hopefully in a couple weeks we'll have some nice, strong, happy roots. I'll try that, and I will report back about this science experiment. Okay, I hope you guys have a great day. Check back in when it comes time. I'll let you know.